Hello, my crafty friends. Today I wanted to take you on a walkthrough through my scavenger hunt challenge 2023. And you didn't have to make a book. You could do the challenge in whatever way that you would have liked. You could have just put everything in a box, so I heard. I chose to do a book so I could keep it as a keepsake. And the I guess it's this scavenger hunt has happened for the last couple of years. This is my first year partaking, and it's actually hosted by Janet Young. I will put her YouTube link in the description down below. The deadline for completion is April 1st, 2023. So for those of you that are speedy, you still have time to join. But I've been working on this since I heard about it, which was right at the beginning of the year, through Create with Becca. And so yeah, so I figured I would do a short video, excuse my arm, and go through the journal and mark off the things that we have collected. Make sure we have them all. Oh, and it says that you have to, the winner is determined in a random drawing of all participants who complete at least 90 of the 100 prompts. I did complete all 100 prompts, so kudos to me. So I'm going to start with the cover before opening it. I have number 20, a paper bead. I included on the spine. And as we go through, I'm going to just mark them off. And then number 57, I believe she said was a double. It was flowers, but she said we could change it to leaves. So as a dangle on the bottom of my paper bead, I did add a little silver leaf. So that was number 57. And it said to add a decorated paper clip, which was number 75, and that I did here with a little tag that I did with some twine and a rosette. And we'll mark that. Decorated alphabet or letters. And for this, I dug into my sticker stash and found some really cute decorated, kind of fit my style, letters, and put them together like a Scrabble orientation. It says Scavenger Hunt 2023, and that was number 34. And then toilet paper was also a number, and yeah, we want to call it prompts. It was a prompt. And so I took some toilet paper and put it in a little mold that I had for clay, and I let it dry, and I covered it with Mod Podge, and then I took and painted it with acrylic paints and covered it again to seal it with Mod Podge. So now it's definitely harder than toilet paper. Reuse your art was also a prompt. And the art that I reused was this cover, which is beautiful. I love it. It was actually a watercolor and gouache piece that I did that I wasn't like super happy with as a standing piece of art. So it worked perfectly to be able to reuse it in this little journal as a cover. So we'll open to the first page. It says to use packaging of any sort, or well, of your choice. And the packaging I chose was the liner of my book, which was packaging I reused from an Amazon package. And it also called for craft paper, which this packaging, I combined prompts, which you are allowed to do, by the way. You can do several prompts on one page, or you could choose to do them individually. I combined a lot of them. Thank goodness, because I did make it, this thing was quite bulky. So I'm glad I did. So we used the packaging. We also completed craft paper. And then add a pocket. We also did that too. And for this pocket, this is on the inside cover, I am storing my scavenger hunt challenge sheet in there so that I have it to reflect on in the future. I can look back. And the next page is magazines. So I took one of these magazines that I had from my area, which, yes, I am from Maine. It is super chilly right now, and we just got hit with snow. Yuck. And tissue paper. And I had some gold tissue paper that came in some packaging that I just decoupaged over that page. Next page. And sorry, I'm trying to go through quickly. If anybody has any questions about anything or how I did something, or I missed telling something about one of these pages, just leave a comment in the description down below and I'll do my best to try to answer. This page is all about prompt number 45, which is my favorite color, which is purple. And we had to use a rubber stamp, number 88. And I used the word trust. This I just, I don't think I had, no, this wasn't a prompt. This was a jelly print that I just stuck in, though, to use as a journaling spot. And number 51 was something given to you. And these flowers were given to me by my friend Crystal. You can find her on YouTube. And prompt 41 was also, the prompt was flowers. So it was perfect that these items given to me were flowers. So I was able to knock off 2 prompts with 1 item. This next page is kind of my favorite. It's a little sloppy looking, but I like that. So this is my swatch page. That was number 35. And I swatched out the colors of the rainbow with crayons, because number 78 was a crayon prompt, Crayola crayon. And 61 was to draw an art supply, which I drew the crayons. 61. And least favorite color, so I kind of wrote across this one, least favorite, which is orange. I do like orange, but it's like the last color I go to when I'm creating. I'm always nervous about orange. I should push myself more to use more orange. And then I did the Color Me Happy by Roy G. Biv, who I am calling this little monster. And that was prompt 99, which was to draw a monster. So I hand drew this little guy looking up at the rainbow of color. And these are just random pages. I kind of threw a journal together super quick with some stuff that I had from some old books and maps and whatnot. So this page has prompt 90, which is to create a business card. So I kind of just created a business card for myself, for my page, and all my socials on a little card. And I have it in a little half pocket made with acetate and a napkin that I decoupaged together. Next page is collage. I collaged this page with just random things that I had from pages that I had used, leftover pieces throughout the book. And I guess it's the only thing I stuck in. And then this corner here is a cluster that I created, which was prompt 76. And in the cluster pocket, I did like just a corner tuck. I stuck, I've been looking for my natural jute. I've had it forever. I couldn't remember where I put it. I finally found it, which was appropriate because I was like, oh, I can use this in my scavenger hunt. I finally found it. So yay. Next page is an unused product. This is a small brag book that I have had forever, and I have yet to use it. And who knows, maybe after this challenge I will, you know, utilize it, maybe decorate it up, maybe do some drawings or some Zentangling on the pages. Who knows? Maybe I'll just leave it empty and continue to let it stay unused in this journal. But at least it serves a purpose now as a prompt, number 50. Next page was to create, there was multiple things that included, encompassed this space kind of thing. So the message from outer space is on here, which is, okay, I'm ready. And it's a little spaceship. and the little alien guy down here that says, "Oh no." And that was prompt 25. And then create a zodiac sign, which this one is mine, which is Libra. And yep, so I included that, prompt 72. And outer space, which I created this background with, I think this one is watercolor. Yeah, it's on watercolor paper. So this one is watercolor I did. And then ink splatters, which I splattered across the page. My space 79. I'll make sure I'm marking all these off. We should have a full page of check marks by the time we're done. Create a sticker. I had this sticker paper with these little images that you could use to color up and create a sticker, and it was out of a kit that my kids had years ago when they were kids, so I grabbed a couple of them out and created them. So I put them in here as prompt 83, which is create a sticker. And 25, did I get that? Yep. Okay. And 72. Okay, yeah, got it all. Next page. We had to include postage, which was number 5. I took a stamp. I do save all my stamps from my Happy Mail. I just love it. I put most of them in my glue book. I just think that all the stamps are fun. I probably should do it as a stamp collector would and put them in different little pockets or whatever, but I do it in a way that I can just look and enjoy, and I don't care about having to touch them later. And most all of them are forever stamps. But prompt 12 was junk mail, and this is an envelope from a piece of junk mail. And I created a pocket and put in prompt 77, which was use watercolor, and I watercolored this little beach scene, and I also turned it into a postcard, which was prompt 84. And I have this stamp. It's one of the I believe it's a Tim Holtz stamp, and then I just drew the lines in. So that is in there, and also included in this pocket is prompt 98, which is a coupon. Then I have this little piece that is kind of an envelope made into like a little, what do you call it, fold-in. And this includes number 28, which is my note to self. And it was actually used on an envelope that I had received some mail in that had my name already on it. So I thought, how appropriate. And then here's my note to self. This was inspired by my friend Linda. She said it, and I was like, oh yeah, I've said that before. So yeah, so it was perfect. So I put that in. Add an envelope, which is there, number 36, which I did. And then we have, oh yeah, see, the tip-in, which is 29. And I think I have a couple of little tip-ins that I added in here. And the blank page, which is funny. I thought I grabbed all the pages and made sure something was included on them. But, oh, maybe I did. That was what this one was that was tucked in here, which was 82, which was to create a little emoji. That's where that went. I just noticed it up there. And that I just did the little emoji and printed it on my little fun perk printer that I received from my friend Judy and Linda. So here we are to the other half of the envelope pocket, which I created this with some old photos that I had been holding on to forever. I cut them into small squares and made a little mosaic, and on random ones I choose some encouraging words, and that is 96. I'm trying to hurry along so this video doesn't end up being an hour of you guys watching me go through this, even though I had so much fun. So this was to include a quote. So I had this little piece of ephemera that says, "True love stories never have endings," by Richard Bach, number 10, which I love. And the next page ended up being my prompt 100, which was my wild card, which was to include a memory decks card. That's what I chose, so that's what I put in. And this, I just had done a previous video with my friend Linda showing how I did these. I was inspired by another YouTuber making the napkin or tissue paper ruffled snippets. These are fun. This page, make sure I included, yeah, I did. Number 54, which was a rag flag, which I thought was really cool. I had to look it up. I was like, what is a rag flag? And as soon as I saw the picture, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that done, but I just didn't know the name. So I took a safety pin and I just took some fabric that I had and ripped it, and I tied it to the unopened side of the pin, and I stitched on some pieces onto the little ripped, and I did it in the red, white, and blue because this page I also included our part of the world's football team, which is the New England Patriots, and I included a football with all of the autographs, and that was number 43. And yeah, and this page, oh, this page was so fun. I loved this page. I've been here too. It's kind of local to us. Number 30 was a tag, so I stuffed that in the pocket. And it's got some writing space on the back. This page was something about trains, number 53. And this is a railway that is local to us. You can take this up to up a mountain that's nearby in New Hampshire called Mount Washington. So it's kind of neat. And I kind of did on the short page all the little things from the other railways that are local, like the Hobo Railroad, the Conway Scenic Railroad. Such fun. I love trains. Number 11 was snark. So I found a few things that kind of spoke to me because it's something that I would say. Like I'm out of my mind. Feel free to leave a message. Also, silence is golden. Duct tape is silver. Next page was number 16, which is washi tape. So I used... a feather was also used, so I was able to combine on this page my feathered washi tape with some feather stencils that I had, which was also a prompt stencil, again, because I think it was included once before in here. So I got 31, which is feather, 55, which is stencil, and I marked the washi tape. And then this is just a pocket of the extra. And this is a clear sticker, and then these are gel prints that I pulled. A stencil with texture, which I did this on a black paper and lined it onto the other side of my magazine page that was the beginning of my signature. So, and then include stitching. And I chuckle. This is stitching. It's bad stitching. I left it because this was a junk journal and it looked junky. But when I was going through my paper, I didn't think to change. I sewed my signature down the middle, and I didn't think to change my tension from when I was sewing fabric. So I got a mess. But it was perfect. I had adjusted it. Did I adjust it on the side? No, I guess I didn't adjust it on the side. But anyway, something repaired. This side started falling out, and I had to take a piece of washi, and I've got it kind of stuck in there. It's better than it was. So I included stitching and something repaired. And also on this page, I included an animal. This is a cricket cut that I did on my cricket. And this little guy was a paper doll that I had in my stash, and it said men in thongs. So I kind of drew on, it looks like he has a little thong on the outside of his pants, as well as thongs on his feet. And I did both because it did say plural. So I included the thongs. This page is probably one of my favorites. I love it so much. It is my coffee and tea stained page. Number 18. Whoop, I lost my pencil. And do I have another one? I use a mechanical one. And I also included on this page the buttons, which I took little puzzle pieces. My gosh, I'm falling apart here. Some puzzle pieces, and I kind of altered them, and I included tiny buttons. And that was 18 and 64. And then thread and stitching, I stitched a little yo-yo that I had. And fabric and fibers. I use these little fibers as little messy nests. What do you call those? That you put underneath on little things. I like those. I like the looks of them. But I love that page. Oh, and here's the other half of my repair. Of my pages that were falling out. I also love this page. This was so fun. I started getting really in depth in it, and I'm like, oh, I can't do every page like this. I knew it would be open. My book wouldn't close. But I did do a few of them, the little 3D pages. But this was number 74, which was steampunk, and I really, really loved this. This was cut on my Cricut, and this was a stamp from. Oh, no, this was a stamp that was gifted to me from Elizabeth Costa Rogers. All of these, the steampunk art. This was perfect. This is a piece of food packaging. And, oops, make sure I marked it. Food packaging, it was kind of a bonus because we did have food packaging here, which was number 2. And I liked the way, when I finished the English muffins last week, I was like, oh, I like the way this thing, I always break down my cardboard and put it in a cardboard box to send to when I go to the dump to recycle. And I was like, I love how this closes up. It like makes this perfect little pocket. So I saved it. I pulled it. And this was a watercolor piece that I saved and turned into a tag to stuff in my long pocket for some journaling. This page is Draw My Day, which was so fun. I had to really stop and think about, like, how would I put this on paper in what do you call these, hieroglyphics, I guess. So first I got up, I had my coffee, I checked my email, then I checked my U.S. postal mail box, then I went to the bank and ran errands on the way to the doctor's, 'cause I had an appointment that day, and I did include the date so that I would know. And I came home, I had a meal, and I'm like, shoot, I didn't include my little meal or whatever here, but that's okay. It looks like I only ate once that day, and I'm sure I didn't, because I love to eat. So from there, I ate dinner, and then I relaxed watching YouTube, and then I go to bed. So there's my day. And of course my food packaging, which I also turned into a pocket and kind of rounded to, I got to put another long tag in there. Number 69 was Tree and Leaves, which this is a old children's book that I had, and I really loved this tree, and I was glad that I could save it. It's really cool. It's got, it's a cool picture to study. It's got like little kids in there, and I can't remember if this is the Garden of Eden one. It's the Organic Living book. So it wasn't the kids' book. This one was another book that I had that was really neat. But I really liked this picture because it kind of has things hidden in the picture, which was cool. And then we have the label off of a can, which I also turned into a pocket and can add some, maybe just a blank piece of pretty paper I can use for journaling. A book page, which was number 3. A vintage children's book. I included several characters throughout the book to cover my vintage children's book, which was Winnie the Pooh. And I guess I heard that that was the theme for this year, was vintage children's books. So that is listed several times throughout the prompt list. So another prompt was circles, so I kind of used these as little tabs to on this little tip-in. 33. And inside is a newspaper headline of our local art in the park that we had every year prior to COVID, and I don't think that we had one we haven't had one in a little while. Next page is a vintage children's book again, and I included Tigger. And this was part of one. This is 85, which is a candy or a gum wrapper. This pink is actually a a candy wrapper from a little cinnamon disc candy that I carefully pulled apart and laid flat to create this little window so that I could create this piece of paper to fulfill number 44, which was to hide a secret message. And if you slide it through, you can read the message that says, "Sending happy thoughts." So that was really fun. And a kitty gum wrapper. So next page, artist trading card, number 60. And these were artist trading cards that I received from my friend Crystal. I think she had done a hop, and I commented and won from the comment pickers thing for the hop for the video, and she sent me those artist trading cards. Number 65 was fib art, which I counted these as my fib art because these are my friends from the Chatterbox's art, not my own art. I included it in there, and she is a follower of mine on YouTube, so I thought she should be included in my scavenger hunt. This page is from a book that I salvaged from our recycling center, and filled the prompt "Something International." Oh, and got that. And 65, yep. And it was some kind of a tour guide from overseas. I can't remember. It was somewhere in Europe, but it was a pretty cool book, and I was like, oh, that would look cool in a journal. Map paper was number 46, and I have a bunch of different old atlases and maps that I keep. They're probably outdated now that everything's so digital, but all right. Then we keep flipping through, and we have this lovely little fold here, and this is a coffee filter. Let's start going faster. This is my page of white. I included a little side tuck with a white tag and a dimensional little foldy butterfly flutterby, and that was everything white. Upside down page. I made sure that when I put my map in, I had it right side up, but then I noticed upside down, and I was like, perfect, we need an upside down, so I will count this as my upside down page, which wasn't intentional, but happened, so it was perfect. I also took pages from an old planner, so I included this planner page and counted as 71. 22 was my gratitude page. Oops, sorry, and hopefully I'm on film. Hopefully you guys can see. Oops, hopefully I didn't move too much. So I had this little stamped image for give thanks, and inside I used a little card, and I also put another journaling card that I could use to add more things as well, it's not a sense of finding more things to be grateful. I'm always grateful for everything, so just things I can jot down. But I have my home, my children, food, heat, my partner, roommate. I'm thankful and grateful for water, electricity, my grandchildren, and having my phone, which is how I communicate with my grandchildren right now since they're in California. So I also included number 59, which was music paper. And 21 was a vintage photo that I had from forever ago. It's a stamped photograph. And then I included this little rose piece in here for a journaling spot. And I love this. This is embossed, dry embossed and heat embossed, which I love the combination. Children's, vintage children's book. Another one, 91. And I included a little piglet. And I love that it was right under the what do you do about bugs? Because in Winnie the Pooh, Piglet is always asking questions. So I thought it was appropriate that he was on this page, and it was asking a question. On this page I included a napkin, which was prompt number 31. I had these lovely cardinal napkins, and cardinals really speak to me. I love them. And this page is my ransom note, which is number 8. Quietly hand over the crafts and no one gets hurt. Signed. Oh, I think you're not supposed to sign a ransom note, but I just couldn't help but put artsy. So, because it was kind of artsy. It looks like it's written by Artsy. Anyway, this page is a useless random fact. Once again, I used my vintage children's book image. I used Rabbit. And so he was appropriate on this page because the useless random fact was rabbits can't vomit. I am not sure if anybody knew that fact. I don't recall, and my daughter raised rabbits, and I don't remember her ever saying that rabbits can't vomit. I don't know. I know birds can't burp. This page was prompt 87, which was a place that you want to visit. And man, would I love to be at the beach right now in a tropical place. So I included my Hero Arts washi with the hibiscus because, yeah, or plumera maybe. Because it just, yeah, had that tropical feel. Once again, we have vintage children's book, so I included Root and Kanga, and that was number 67. Boy, we're filling them up, And this page, I had several prompts that I could include. I think what I'll do is move my prompt over so I can stay. I feel like I'm so sorry, and I apologize if I've gone off camera. Number 40, which was create a border. So I kind of used these were sticker borders that I had in a kit. Mind map a vegetable, and I chose green beans to mind map. I should have probably done this a little darker. I can read it. It's probably not visible on camera. So I kind of just put the what, who, what, where, how, whatever, and around it as my mind map, like it's green bean. It can be grown in containers, raised beds, or in the ground. It can be used, and I can't read my own writing, goodness, in a salad, a soup casserole. It can be steamed, roasted, sauteed, or boiled, and you can harvest them, grow them summer or fall. And types of beans, pole beans or bush beans. So I kind of just broke it all down. So that is number 37, and the border was 40. Okay, and then we have the veggie stickers, which was perfect because my border did include the veggie stickers. And I included mushrooms. And I also, oh, that's why I did that, because number 66 was a fluorescent color. So I drew out the mind map in a fluorescent orange color. And this, the little quote down here had me laughing. I don't know a girl bean from a boy bean. Maybe someone else knows. And here we go. Last page was 26, which was a tribute to someone. Did I miss some? I missed some. Because we'll go back and look at them. 26 was a tribute to someone, which was my grandmother. Yeah, so I made a beautiful little page, used some washi and some stickers that I had, a little teacup that says grandmother, and then printed a picture of my grandmother, who actually, it's been 3 years today, or 4 years today, since she passed away. So I'm going to go back and fill in the ones that I noticed. Ribbon twine string. I use that in several places throughout the book. I have ribbon. I have, it's probably marked on one of these. I have ribbon here. I have twine in several places. Where's my sticker for it? That's all. And I also forgot to mention mandala, which I got. Oh, I did miss a whole bunch through here. I must have just missed this page. So here we go. 95, which was my piece of origami, which I did a little origami dress. And I decorated it. And this is made from one of my, a watercolor piece of paper I did with stencils that I saw a YouTuber demonstrate, and I thought I wanted to try it, so I had this in my stash. And the mandala is a stencil that I have. Let's see. Yeah, and I missed favorite school subject. Where is that? I know I have it, because I saw it. Dun dun dun. And I'm pretty sure it's on a book page. Or it's on a music page. Oh yeah, right here. Favorite 94. Favorite school subject. What else do we got? Ribbon twine string, I got that. Coffee, tea, I showed that page. And my mandala, I showed that. Foil, oh yeah, foil. I think that was this page that I used foil. I think that was the page. And I also think I had, yep, right here. I used this piece of washi tape that was green foil. There was so much, you guys, 100 things. But what a great challenge. I really enjoyed it. First time, and it really, I was just like, it was so much fun. I dove in and I just, for a while, couldn't stop, and I put it down until I only had less than 10 prompts, and then I was like, ooh, it's almost the end of the month. I better finish this up. So thanks for stopping in. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and if you have any questions or want to see more of something, I can post pictures or try to answer questions if you leave them in the comment box below. And thank you.